Thank you. I think all of you know that the main reason for this extraordinary Congress was the letter we had from the athletes, where it was 3 points they wanted and had a strong wish that it was taken decisions on from the side of the International Biathlon Union. The first point they would have a decision on was longer bans, up to 8 years, for athletes convicted of anti-doping rule violations. And here I can inform you that the athletes themselves was aware of the fact that here we have to apply to the WADA code. We are not allowed to make our own rules, which, if they are not in line with the WADA code. Because one of the main reasons for the WADA code is that all athletes from all different countries are having the same sanctions for the same anti-doping rule violations. So here, the WADA code is very strict, and we have to follow this code. Elsewhere, we can be declared non-compliance. So in line with this, the Congress could not vote yes, to say it that way, on the proposal from the athletes, but the Congress decided on a proposal from the Executive Board that we will set down a working group who will try to work out reasonable rules which is stricter and which we will try to convince WADA to take care of by the next revision of the WADA code. Because for all of you, I think you are aware of the fact that also by the revision of the present code, the 2015 one, athletes committee, either it was from international federations, it was from the athletes committee of IOC or WADA, athletes want to have more stricter sanctions because they think this may help to keep sport clean. So the Congress and we, the Executive Board, we are supporting the initiative, but we have no chance to make our own rules here. We have to follow the WADA code, which is reasonably stricter today than it was only a few years ago. You know, the ban can now be the 4 years when it's this bit more serious offenses. The two other points, higher fines, up to 1 million euros, as it was said from the athletes, for those member federations with athletes convicted of anti-doping offenses. This was handled together with the third question, reduction of seasonal start quotas at World Cup, World Championships, and Olympic competitions for member federations with one or more athlete anti-doping offenses. And here, the Congress is also supporting this proposal, and the Congress tasked us, the Executive Board, to set up a commission also here. And this commission, there is no secret, is that we will, of course, use our legal committee of 4 members. Here, we are also covered up with 3 national presidents who are lawyers. It's the German Ski Federation, the president, Mr. Steinle, is sitting there, representing, let's say, the more developed federations. There is the president of the Latvian Federation, Baiba Bruka, and she is representing, you can say, a kind of middle group, developed federations, and the president of the Hungarian Federation, Clara Casco, and she is representing those nations who is not so far in their development today. So the national federations are very well represented in this group of 4. Besides this, I proposed that we strengthen the group with 1 from the athletes committee, and I made the concrete proposal that we take in Lowell Bailey, who is also a native speaking English athlete, and also then we would have a representation from North America into this task force or working group, and also the chairman of our technical committee, because this, with the reduction of seasonal quota for the nations, this must also into and has something to do with our competition rules. So it means it's a 6-person group who will be now working on the point 2 and 3, and they have the task by the earliest convenience to present to the executive board their proposals, and we will ask them, if possible, to have the proposals on the table by end of May, so the executive board at their meeting in June can take a formal decision on the proposals and put them straight away into effect. So it means that we here will have new rules in effect for the season 17-18, and then the Ordinary Congress 2018 will then have to confirm the rules which the executive board has put into effect in front of the season 17-18. And this was the decision of the Congress today to those 3 questions. Besides this, I want also to announce to you that when it's regarding the IBU World Championships Biathlon 2021, the executive board takes the responsibility to invite the Russian Biathlon Union to return the IBU World Championships 2021 until the 24th of February 2017. Otherwise, the executive board has decided to annul the award of the IBU World Championships 2021 to German Russia. The host of the IBU World Championships 2021 will be elected at the 2018 Congress.
Do we have questions? Please, one after the other and only with the microphone.
Niels Karpen, German Television ZDF. What does it mean, Mr. Besseberg, for the World Cup final next season in Tumen? Do we have the World Cup final next season in Tumen or also not?
This question I can today not answer. We are still standing on hold on this according to IOC decisions. So this has to be dealt with at a later stage.
Next question, please.
Jan Suchan, Czech Radio. Mr. President, why did you decide today to have this decision? Because it's long weeks, this affair. So why today? About Tumen.
You can answer this question in many ways, but I think we are all aware of the situation that WADA are of the opinion that we can have been doing a mistake. Also the Congress, with the executive board, as you know, we are not voting, but it's the Congress members, and maybe it is a breach with the WADA code that the Congress gave these World Championships to German Russia, and the risk is that we could be declared non-compliant with the WADA code, And this would be, of course, not a good situation for the sport of biathlon, from more reasons.
Excuse me, but you didn't know it. You didn't know about it last September?
Last September, there is no secret that the RUSADA was made not compliant on the 15th of November 2015. And we, the XT board, on the board meeting during the World Championships in Holmenkollen, we discussed also this situation. And we were awaiting for some clarification at that time, because it could also be that they were made compliant again before the Congress. And this did not happen. But in the meantime, on the 5th of August, there was a meeting in Rio between the winter sport federations, IOC, and WADA was also invited there to explain more details about the McLaren report and so on, because we, the winter sport federations, there is no secret, we had a letter from IOC that we should freeze all activities in Russia. And this was the main question, and it was answered by the sport director of IOC. You know probably the exact wording, because it says also the wording in our protocol, that IOC did not mean that we should take away competitions that were already given. And also on question, it was answered that bids in process should also go in. But here, there are, you can say, some misunderstandings. So we informed, of course, the Congress, this is our task, and therefore nobody took away also competitions until we had the second part of the McLaren report on the 9th of December. But then all the winter sport federations started to work, and we had a telephone conference with IOC also. I think it was on the 12th of December. Maybe the date is absolutely not correct, but where we were discussing the problem. And we, at our extraordinary XT board meeting on the 22nd of December, we asked Russia to give back the Junior World Championships and the World Cup, which they answered on a very short notice to us that they would give it back, because then it was already a bit of, you can say, a lot of discussions out in the biathlon family about the situation when the second part of McLaren report was coming. So this was the situation we had.
Other questions? No, I don't see any. Then our President and Secretary General will be also available for individual interviews right now.